Hey, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit. We're back in the Monster Manual 3.5, and we're working on the Chuul. So that's the concept we got from the book, and here's what we built. This is made out of some kind of little shrimp guy and some scorpion and some skeletons, and I think he's going to turn out okay for what we wanted. I spray painted him with a rattle can of tan, and I'm just going to go over that real lightly with khaki real quickly to make sure we got everything kind of good. So I'm getting my brush a little damp. And this khaki is a light color, but it dries a little darker than this actually, believe it or not. See, we got a spot right there where he's kind of coming apart. That's all right. It'll look okay. And I'm not trying to cover all of them, honestly. I'm just mostly worried about this top portion. I'm really worried about his claws. Looking gangster. Okay. Something like that. Then we're going to hit him with the +2 hot air gun and burn him. And now his base is sand, and I normally do brown with my favorite color in the world, but today we're not doing that. Today we're going to use this khaki. We're going to do his base real good with that. Cover as much of that base as we can with a nice coat of khaki. And if you get this on his feet, that's going to be okay too. If you miss a couple spots on his base, don't panic. We're going to come back and we're going to hit that with a lighter color too. With some yellow and this same khaki in it. Get rid of the rest of the paint on my brush. Okay. We're going to get that khaki and we're going to squirt a little bit of that out on our cardboard here. And if you're thinking this cardboard looks familiar, well, it should. We used it in the last 3 monsters we did. Alright, so we got some yellow, some khaki, a little bit more yellow, some white. Then we're going to come back in and touch some of the areas we want to touch on that base. Okay. And that should give us a generic enough sand effect, I'm guessing. I don't do a lot of sand stuff. I'm more of a forest guy. I like to adventure in the forest and the mountains, the deep roads that lead through the kingdoms where death hangs out. See, we got some extra wet up there. Let's dry that up. All right. Now, this next step is a little bit shysty, okay? We're going to get a makeup brush. We're going to get that white and a little bit of that yellow and a little bit of that. We're going to clean that off some, and we're going to hit him over the top parts of this, okay? It's important we try not to hit the base a lot while we're doing this. All right, I need a little bit more of that white to do that. going to hit it again. This is pretty light here. You want to get it all over them and even inside the legs a little bit with this if you can. That's going to be tough, but you can do it. Get his tail real good and get that little detail that's in there in that plastic. Get that out. Okay. Something like that. So we see, I'm not making a yellow wash. You can if you want. I'm going to use speed paints because they're super easy to use and they're relatively inexpensive. I'm going to get a yellow. And I realize the concept art's kind of like a brown and a green. But again, I have a lot of brown stuff. So I'm trying to make some interesting colors to put on the table. Now these dudes had some green and brown on them. And I'm not opposed to having some green on here, but I think what to do for that is to come back in while this is still a little damp with the speed paint and hit the spots that need it. And I got some on the base, of course I did. I'm really excited. With how unhappy I was with the Chimera, I needed a win. I mean, don't get me wrong, the choker was okay, but it was, I needed a win. I needed something that looked like cool and that I would be happy to show off. And, I've been making miniatures for a long time. Out of, scratch building out of junk and stuff. And many times I'm in such a hurry that I just get it done to the standard at which I can say this is this and it kind of looks like it. And in this series, I've actually been going out of my way trying to do a good job. Like to really capture what the monsters are. I've been trying to do some posture stuff to give them, so they're not all just standing still being boring. I've been going out of my way. And so when the ones that fail, it really bothers me. And when the ones that do well, I get really excited. So this one seems like he's doing okay. And I'm very excited about that. I think we got them all covered. I don't see any more tan. All right. So, as I said, we'll do some green. Now, I'm not sure the best way to do the green. So we're going to start with, wait, that's that orc skin that I hate. I have this prismatic bolt. Is it green? It's like a greenish blue. All right, cool. We'll try it. And we're going to need to thin it down some, I'm guessing, for what we're doing. So I'm going to put like 3 drops of prismatic bolt to 1 drop of speed paint medium. For you, that means just make a thinner wash. I'm going to stir that up. I'm going to drag it out. There we go. And then let's see. Does he have any kind of pattern? He does have some kind of pattern, but we're going to just come up around the outside there. And we're going to come down at each of his legs a little bit. We're going to come down the center of his back with it. And we're going to come back and smush it around. Something like that. Probably get that on his feet. And we'll drag that onto his tail a little bit too. Okay, something like that. I think that'll capture it. Now he does have some eyes, but they look like little just black dot holes. And he's pretty wet. So let's come down and see if we can't salvage up some of that base. I'm just going to grab that khaki again. And try to fix the spots where I got little bits of dots of the speed paint. So yeah, that's a problem because that speed paint's just bleeding right into that. Alright, let's give that a minute to settle. And let's deal with the rocks while we let that kind of air dry. Because we can't really use the hot air gun right now, or it's going to mess up some of this. When that's still real wet, you'll see that it pushes it around too much and doesn't let it do what it's supposed to. So we're just going to get this territorial beige and paint these rocks. Much rather be using the greatest color on earth, pavement. But it's a sand base, dudes. Alright. So basically these guys have no super duper special abilities besides like paralytic tentacles, improved grab, constrict. They're amphibious, and that's about it. They're just a big brute beater upper that kills you. And they have a stun, a paralyze. And that paralyze can be a problem, but let's be honest. For like as low of a challenge rating as this guy is, it's a 7. So it's like to, you know, mid-level, low to mid-level. The frontline fighter's probably going to be able to tough out that paralyze. It doesn't look super strong. Alright, let's get this khaki back out. And if there's a little bit of yellow still in your brush, and you couldn't make things perfect, what I would recommend you do at this point is get that little bit of yellow you have that you can't get rid of and just smear it around some other spots so it looks like it might be part of the paint scheme. That's a good cover-up technique. Then get that khaki and hit your rocks. The ones that we painted beige. Just lighten those up. And we're going to get a little bit of white here. We're not going to use any yellow. We're just going to use... Oh, I have some yellow left. Okay. Oh, I have some white left. All right. Here we go. We're going to get a little bit of white. A little bit of yellow. A little bit of khaki. I'm going to come back under here and hit some of this area up where we just did the touch-ups. Try to hide some of that touch-up work. Because otherwise we'll be here all day messing with this, I promise you. All right. So there is our Chuul. Now, he does have eyes that are black. So what we'll do is we will paint them black, but we won't do the eyes like he has in the book. We will just use the eyes that are sticking up here. And then when he's base coat or primed, not primed, clear coated, I will come back and I'll hit these eyes with some black gloss. Or not black gloss, don't listen to me. With some gloss Mod Podge. That one eye is significantly larger than the other. So to balance the eyes out and make them look the same color, I'm just going to go a little further down on that eye. Cover a little bit more of it up, okay? Until it looks even from every direction. Alright, like that. I was just looking, his like under tentacle things are kind of a red color in the book. I'm not opposed to doing that. So let's see if we can try that out. Get a little tape. I assume these are the tentacles that stun you, according to the entry there. So, boop. Something like that. All right. So we got our Chuul. He's looking pretty good, I think. Well, and considering that he's not an official miniature, we made him out of some scrap parts. Some skeletons, a scorpion, and some lobster dudes. Or not lobsters. I don't know what they were. Some kind of crabs or something. They were not lobsters because they didn't have claws. That's why the scorpion had to give his existence up for it. All right, anyways, so there we go. That's him. If you like what we're doing here, like, subscribe, notifications, comments, things like that, if you want. And go to the website, check out our mini boxes and our one-off purchases. Get a free one-off right now and get 25% off your first loot crate with some discount codes that are available and you'll be set like Jet. If you like what we're doing here also, hey, make these. Hop on Discord, show me what you're making. I'm really interested. I know some of you guys have to be following along. I'm not getting this many views of people that are watching these, and some of you guys are watching for like the entire length of the video according to the stats. If you're doing that, you're probably thinking about making these. Take that step, run to the Dollar Tree, get some garbage, dig through your toy boxes, and make some stuff. I know you can do it. I'm doing it, and I'm just a dude in my basement. I'm serious, guys. And go to Walmart and buy some Pavement Apple Smart paint. Wait, what's this called? Not Apple Smart, Apple Barrel paint. Because this is the best color on earth. All right, I'm going to dry Homeboy off. I'm going to clear coat him. I'm going to make his eyes glossy again with Mod Podge. And then we're going to take him up on the table and put him next to a miniature and get some photos for the thumbnails. And then I'll do a short about how to run this guy. But in the meantime, guys, run out and start getting parts. The monster manual is getting worse and worse and worse. The more we go, the more difficult the stuff is getting to make. The next entry that we have next is the cloaker. So, I mean, you could use a manta ray or something, I'm sure, but the next entry is the cloaker. Now, I did a cockatrice and I put it in the monster manual thing. I did it before I started this series. I might do another one. I might not. I haven't decided. But the cloaker is next. And then, look, we got the Codal, which is like winged snake dude. The Dark Man. Oh, that thing's, I don't know what the hell it even is. It's like a super desquid of grossness. The Delver, which is size huge. So start getting some garbage collected and some little toy animals and stuff. We got a lot of work ahead of us, and I want you guys to come along with me. I've been stopping everywhere I can, picking up garbage along the way. I was up in Erie, and I stopped at a toy store and bought like a whole bag of parts and junk here. Look at this. Just all kind of parts to make stuff out of. Because I knew we'd be having things like the Etten and other stuff coming up, and we'd need parts. Look at this guy. Whoa! I don't know what he is. But anyways, you know, just get parts. Get junk. Look at this dude. Brett the Hitman Hart. Anyways, I didn't really get him to tear up. Oh, and I got this $3 Reek. I don't know what this book for, but that's got to be worth something. It's from the Star Wars D&D from when the 20th system came out. I think it was like 3rd edition or 4th edition. But I already have one of these. But hey, another one's not bad. That's 05. Anyways, stop and get junk, guys. You're going to need it. You're going to need wings. You're going to need tentacles. You're going to need all that junk. All right, one more look at the Chuul. I'll see you in a little bit. Thanks for watching.